Hey guys, so today I will show you another makeup look. I do want to apologize that I haven't been on YouTube for a little bit, probably a month now. Just got caught up with work and things like that. One thing that I will let you guys know that my foundation that I'm using today does not quite match my skin on my face, but we are at the time of the year where people are getting tanner. Things don't match as well as we would like to, so the foundation is going to be a little bit lighter, but that is okay. So first things first, I'm gonna do my eyes like I always do. I do my eyes first because I end up being a messy person. So if I mess my eyes up while my face is done already, then I gotta restart over and then it just makes everything a mess. So I always do my eyes first. So if I'm looking to this side, it's just because I have my mirror here. So the first thing I'm going to use on my eyes is the Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion. It is the purple one. I just got a new eye primer yesterday, so I'll be using that soon. And I'm excited to use that. I bought it with another eyeshadow palette. It was like a 2-for-1 deal. But I probably don't need any more eyeshadow palettes because I have a crap ton. Got some on my eyelashes like always. Then I just use my finger instead of a brush. I haven't really gotten into a brush to blend my eye primer out quite yet. Probably should, but I'll get there when I get there. And I got some of this stuff on my eyelashes. I'm trying to get it out. There we go. There we go. So next I will be using this little cute eyeshadow palette here. I got it as a Christmas gift. It was from Ulta, I think either last year or the year before that. I know they sell these cute little knick-knack things here. It is a cool toned eyeshadow palette. It has 5 shades in it, so you open it up. There's supposed to be like one of those spongy brushes at the bottom. I took that out, probably either threw it away or using it later. So I'm gonna literally be going from this side to this side. There are 4 glitters and then 1 matte. The matte is that lightest shade in here. And then to put the matte on my face, I'll be using this brush here. I got this brush and a couple other brushes like this as a gift, so I don't know where they are from. Probably, honestly, Walmart, Target, dollar store brushes. But they're not too bad. I like them so far, so I will probably look into that later. So I'm going to be using this light shade here first. I'm going to place that all over my lid. And sometimes because of my skin tone, since I am mixed, some of the lighter shades or the lighter, more tan brown shades don't show up as well, but you know that they are on your skin. I like to use those because if I need to blend another color with that, it doesn't look as harsh. And then sometimes it ends up making your eye look natural than what you planned on doing, which is fine as long as you are okay with that. And then it just makes it like, it makes the other colors lighter than what they truly are. And somehow I got glitter in that, but okay. Next I will be using a Pure Cosmetics brush. This brush is actually a blending crease brush, which is perfect because I'm going into my crease next. So it looks like this. It's actually backwards. There we go. So it looks like this, and then there is that. It's nice and fluffy at the end here. So then the next color I will be hopping into is this color here. And that's going to go into my crease. So sometimes with these glitters, sometimes they're super over glittery that it doesn't work as well as you would like it to. I know I've been playing around with this little palette here, so it does pretty okay. You just don't want to pack it on your lid because then it'd be way too much glitter. Which what will probably happen because I'm using most to all of the colors in here. But that's okay. And this one's really light too, so you can't tell as quickly as you would be able to. Okay, so then the next color I will be going into that middle color, which is that dark gold. So it's this one right here. And that's going in my crease as well. That one will actually go, it'll go in the crease, but it'll go right underneath the shade that I just laid down. And you guys probably just heard my phone. My phone is on vibrate, but the vibrate is so loud that you can hear it. And that's one thing I hate about that. It's not too bad. Okay. Next, I will be going in with that dark brown color, and that's just going to go above the initial color that I put down as a crease. And then I will be taking a cleaner brush and just blending it all together. So it's this dark brown shade here. It'll probably look a little crazy, but makeup is makeup and to each his own. I kind of actually like it so far. We will see. And then right now there's a part of my lid that is blank. I am actually going to leave it blank because hopefully once I blend everything out, either with a clean brush or this brush that I'm currently using, it'll just fill that blank space. And then the blue, I'm actually, in the palette here, I'm actually going to put in my inner corner. So hopefully that will look decent. Okay, so let me see if I can find a clean brush. actually just use the one that I was just using. Just tap it off a little bit. With this little palette that I'm using, you don't really have to tap the excess off. You can just dab lightly into the palette. You can if you want to, because the shades are so shimmery and glittery and have all the sparkle in it. But for me personally, I don't do it with this particular palette. I'm just gonna blend all those three colors in. It's just a light blend because of how shimmery all those are. I'm not going to harshly blend it in. This brush is so nice and soft. Man, this is a nice brush. Okay, next I will actually go to my face. So then when I'm done with my face, I can add in that blue shade on the inner corner. Because knowing me, I will mess something up and screw something up again. So we will take a pause on eyes and then go back. So for my face, I don't see any glitter on my face right now. Which is a good thing. Because usually I will make a mess of myself. So I'm using the two face primers that I had mentioned before in other videos. The first one I will be using is the Professional from Benefit, and then the next one I will be using is face primer from the Wet n Wild makeup brand. I'm using two because the Professional is almost out. Today is probably going to be that day where it's completely out, but we will see. You can always cut like the top off with tubes, any sort of tubes, like toothpaste, makeup, paint, I don't know if paint comes in a tube, or any art supplies, things like that. So where I have the most pores to put this is right here. There's one single giant pore that's always been there, and I just can never get rid of it. So here and then right here is where I usually put the Professional primer. Then the rest of my face I put the Wet n Wild primer. And for the Professional, you truly do not need a whole lot. A little goes a long way. Oh, there's glitter on my nose. That's okay. This stuff is nice and smooth. Okay. That is one and done and probably super done and over with. Then the Wet n Wild one comes out like that. And I'm just going to apply this to the rest of my face. Okay. Next, I will be hopping into, excuse me, I will be hopping into foundations. The foundation I'm using is a Wet n Wild foundation, because I know they just came out either last year or the year before that with foundations. I knew they had like nail products, but I didn't know they had a makeup brand. So I'm just peeling off a sticker here. This shade is called Peach Natural. This is, I think, too gray toned for me. I have another one that's almost super gray on my skin, but this one's a little lighter than that. So it looks like this. They do come in like different shades. Like if you're more yellow toned, they have more yellow toned. If you're more gray toned, they have more gray toned. And then they have your ranges of light, medium, dark, but then in those ranges is your yellow and gray tones. So I'm going to shake this up. It has 1 fluid ounce in it, so 30 mils. I tend to shake up my foundation because it's been sitting a lot. This particular foundation, the Wet n Wild foundation, smells like paint. I'm not even joking. It smells like paint. So if you don't like paint smell on your face, don't buy it. It does come with this cute little spatula. And it's so easy to apply. One thing I do like about it is that it blends in with your skin. And it doesn't compromise your skin. Actually, there we go. And so it's full coverage, but it makes your skin look like your skin. And you will see what I'm talking about in a minute. And there is hair in my foundation. Okay, cool. Okay, so that is that one. So what I did is I just basically drew it on my face. You don't really need a whole lot. I got my ready sponge here. It's the Real Technique sponge. I sprayed it with the Rose Water Pearl Essence Hydration Face Mist. I just sprayed it into the sponge instead of on my face because I get a bad reaction to that, but I don't get a reaction when it's sprayed into the sponge. So there is that. Then I'm just going to blend it out. This foundation does go a long way too. Like if you put one little dot here, it can cover your whole face. If you want more coverage, you can always get more coverage by adding more on your face. Personally, I don't think you would need any more. So you can kind of tell right now that it doesn't quite match my face. It's too light on my face. That's because it is wet, but once it dries, it should look okay. And then once I add other products on top of that, it will be okay as well. And then sometimes if I forget to moisturize my lips, I just put my sponge on top of that. Some foundations will make your lips really dry, others won't. I'm just going to do that because I forgot to moisturize my lips, and I will when I'm done with this. Just making sure everything is blended out. So everything is blended out. I'm going to take some chapstick real quick and add that on there so it has some time to soak in. Next, for concealer, I will be using the Maybelline Age Rewind Erase Dark Circles Concealer. This shade is probably the wrong shade again, but it is what it is. It's in the shade Light Pale. So it looks like this. If you guys can, there we go. This one is pretty cool. There's arrows right here where it shows you how to twist it. There we go. To get the product out, when you buy this, the sponge at the top is pure white, and you just twist it and it comes out, and then you put it on your face. The only bad side is this can harbor a lot of bacteria, so you can either use it once and you're done, or if you save it, you're running the potential of getting bacteria on your face. So I don't put a whole lot because it is too light on me. At first you don't see it coming up, but once you crank it till you see it, it's too much concealer, if that makes sense. So I just cranked it a little bit, and I'm just going to dab it. I wouldn't recommend to blend it out with this, probably with a brush or a beauty blender, just because you're gonna be adding more concealer on top of that. So I got my concealer on my face, and then the lid is really nasty and dirty, so it can harbor a lot. I'm gonna go back to my beauty blender and just blend that out. And then since this is so light on my skin, I'm actually going to set it with actual setting powder. And set the rest of my face with setting powder too. And my phone is ringing. Okay. Does anybody else do that? You're in the middle of something and the phone rings and it feels like you gotta drop everything to either answer the phone or answer the door. I'm not doing that today. So that is pretty blended out for the most part. I know that for this concealer, for me, it tends to crease, so I do have to set it. I don't know how it's going to work for you, but if you know how your skin performs with certain products, take the proper precautions. So I'm actually going to be using, for setting powder, the Coty Airspun Loose Face Powder. This is in the shade Translucent. I know they have other shades. I don't know the other shade names though. So it looks like this. It's a nice big jar. It's about the size of my palm here. You get 2.3 ounces or 65 grams. So what I do is I tip it upside down and tap it. That way I can just use the lid instead of what is in here. When you open it up, it's gonna be a mess. When you open it up, just be very careful because there will be some in the crevices and cracks here. And then it comes like this. It does have a plastic protector on top of it with a sponge. You can actually take this piece out and dip right into the actual product, but this piece for me is helpful. So I'm going to take my beauty blender and literally just pat it right in here so I can get a nice layer going. Then I'm going to set my face very carefully. With this translucent powder, it does have a lot of flashback, so if you are taking pictures with the flash on, be very careful because your face will look your face oh my goodness, your face will look weird in pictures. I'm literally only setting where I put concealer, because this can turn that concealer more white, but it also is super flashback. I'm getting it all over myself. And put the lid back on there and try not to make a mess. So as that is setting, we'll actually do the inner corner. Some people will say 10 to 20 minutes setting your face. Some people will say an hour. I say however long it takes to do the rest of your makeup. So I'm going to take this little brush again and apply this blue shade to the inner corner. Hopefully I don't go in with a heavy hand and put a lot, but I'm just going to put a little bit. I know a lot of people don't like dark colors on the inner corner. I think it's pretty cool because you can do whatever you personally want with makeup. But you can also put your whites, pinks, golds on the inner corner. And people say it's also counterproductive because it makes your eyes look darker, this and that, the other, but do what you want to do. Do what you want to do. And I'm actually going to dust this brush off and then try and blend it into, there we go. So I'm just blending it into my eyelid. Next I will actually, and the phone's ringing again. It's not a true emergency, so. Next I will actually be using some bronzer. It is from the Rimmel London Natural Bronzer. It's waterproof bronzing powder in the shade 022 Sun Bronze. So it looks like this. Now I'll be using I'll be using the Real Techniques brush in the number 301. It's the Diamond Collection, I believe, because the shape of the handle. Gotta flip this around. There we go. There we go. And then after I'm done bronzing my face, I'll actually dust the powder off. And I'm gonna get underneath here too, so you can see it here. Hopefully you can see it here. It's just that the window is reflecting this way. Very carefully get my nose. Sometimes I'll get like powder inside my nose, so the trick is to breathe out instead of breathing in, or hold your breath as I'm slapping things on my face. Okay, so that's gonna go by. Next, I will be taking the Sonia Kashuk powder brush and just wiping away the powder. It's this big, nice, fluffy brush here. Nice and fluffy and soft. So I'm literally just going to dust this away. So then next, let me just gather my next things here. There we go. Push that to the side. So next I will actually be adding some colored powder to my face so my face is not so white for the rest of the day. So I'm going to be using the Pure Cosmetics powdered foundation in the shade Tan. So it looks like this, and then there's the shade on the back. And that's what she looked like. I like this because this is what my skin looks like. So it helps that if I put like the foundation I have right now on my skin, this will counteract the actual shade. And then same thing for the setting powder. And then I even put it on top of the bronzer, sometimes to darken that bronzer up. There we go. Here we go with that. There is that. I'm not gonna do my eyebrows right now. I tend not to mess with my eyebrows because personally I have enough of them where I can just leave them alone and it'll be fine. Other people like to draw on their eyebrows or add more volume to them. You can do what you want with your eyebrows. One day I will show you how to do that. Just forgot a little brush that I need. Next I will be adding highlighter, and I forgot a brush for that. The highlighter I'm going to, there we go. The highlighter I'm going to be using is from The Balm. It is a little tester sampler highlighter. It's the Mary Lou version, so she looks like this. The actual one of these is in a compact like this. So, and then she's nice and gold, nice and yellow gold. So I'm just going to add highlighter to my cheekbones, into my nose, and to underneath my eyebrow. I like this one because it's nice and gold. Nice gold and shiny. And then onto my nose. And then right here on the Cupid's bow. Some people put highlighter on after makeup. I put it on before. Do what you want with it. That is done. Next I'll be doing my lips. For my lip liner, I am actually going to take an old lipstick from, I believe, CoverGirl. I don't have that tube anymore, but I melted it down and put it in this little jar. So the liner is actually going to be like this dark purple shade, but the actual lip color I'm using is more of a light purple. So hopefully this ends up looking decent. And some people will get mad at you if you use what I'm using, the brown gold looks on your eye, and then the purple. It's makeup. You get to do whatever you want with it. You get to play around and have fun and things like that. I'm just taking this little itty bitty brush. This is probably a little concealer eyebrow brush, but it works great for lining your lips. So my lips are purple tinted. Okay. Next, I will be using a matte lipstick from ColourPop. It's in the shade Stingraye. I got this from a friend, so the writing is completely gone. But here is the shade name if you guys can see that. And this does turn your lips matte. It does tend to crack, but that is okay. I think this was one of the first matte lipsticks that ColourPop came out with. I'm not 100% sure on that. So what I do is I just make a little X on my lips and then fill in the rest. And this does dry down, so in the meantime as it's drying down, don't eat, drink, things like that. But when it's done, depends on what you are eating and drinking, it will leave marks. Hold on one second. Okay. There is that. Man, so many people need to talk to me today, but I don't know you, so I'm not going to talk to you. Next, as that is drying, I will be applying my mascara on my face. If I can get it untwisted, that'd be great. There we go. It is the Urban Decay Pure something perversion, if that's correct. The letters are scratched out, so I can't really read it. And this is a little sampler tester one too. I like this one because of the brush, the mascara wand. It's nice and fluffy. I'm gonna add some to my bottom lashes too. And there is my eye. Mascara tends to brighten. This particular one tends to open up your eyes. My eyelash is so long that I don't use fake lashes. It looks like I have fake lashes on, but I don't. There is a truck sitting in front of my house, and I don't know what it is, who it is, what it's for. There we go. So I'm not gonna answer it. If I don't know you, if I don't know who it's for, if I don't know what it is, I'm not gonna answer it. There is that. It's a lot of makeup on my face today, as I just dropped this. Next, so first, I can tell that my lips are still starting to dry. With this particular matte lipstick, it does crack anytime you talk, so it's up to you if you want to run that risk of, do I want to wear this or do I want to have cracked lips? I'm wearing it just to show you guys that you can use it on a makeup look. I do like this color. It's just, it does crack. Next, I will be using the NYX Matte Finish setting spray. It looks like this. People say 6 to 8 inches away from your face. People say a foot away from your face. Do what you want to do. Woo. And this one is cold, because it's cold in my house right now, because I got the AC running because 92 degrees today. So then, yeah, that is the final makeup look, I believe. I'm not missing anything. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope this was a new play with colors type of video for you guys. I will be adding and uploading more videos soon. Hopefully I will be able to film one day and then upload the next day. So, bye. Enjoy.